The wildfires in California are not just a seasonal occurrence. They've become a relentless and year-round crisis. Over the past decade, these fires have grown in intensity and frequency, fueled by a dangerous combination of climate change, prolonged droughts, and urban sprawl into fire-prone areas. The devastation left in their wake is staggering, with billions of dollars in damages, thousands of homes reduced to ash, and entire communities displaced. While the immediate impact is visible in the scorched landscapes and heartbreaking stories of loss, there's another consequence looming over every homeowner: skyrocketing insurance premiums. Insurance companies are grappling with the enormous cost of these disasters. In 2023 alone, insured losses from California wildfires surpassed $8 billion. These payouts strain the resources of insurance providers, forcing them to adjust their business models to remain financially viable. The result? Policyholders across California and even beyond are seeing dramatic increases in their premiums. In high-risk areas, some homeowners report annual increases of 20% to 30%. Others face the harsh reality of being denied coverage altogether, as major insurers like State Farm and Allstate scale back their operations in fire-prone regions. This retreat leaves many residents with limited options, often forcing them into expensive and restrictive state-backed plans like California's Fair Plan. The skyrocketing costs are not just a reflection of increased payouts. Inflation and supply chain disruptions have driven up the cost of rebuilding homes and replacing property. Modern homes, while more resilient, are also more expensive to construct, adding another layer of financial burden. At the same time, the scope of wildfire risk has expanded. No longer confined to remote, forested areas, wildfires are now threatening suburban neighborhoods, exposing millions of additional properties to potential disaster. The increased risk means that even homeowners far from the fire's epicenters are being affected, as insurers spread costs across their entire customer base. The economic ripple effects extend beyond individual homeowners. Communities in high-risk areas are seeing declines in property values, as prospective buyers hesitate to invest in regions with prohibitively high insurance costs. Businesses, too, are feeling the pinch. Commercial insurance premiums are rising, impacting everything from small shops to large agricultural operations. For many, these added costs are unsustainable, forcing tough decisions about whether to stay or leave areas they've called home for generations. In response to this growing crisis, state and federal agencies are stepping in with various measures. California's Fair Plan offers a safety net for homeowners who can't find coverage elsewhere, but its high premiums and limited scope make it far from ideal. On a broader scale, efforts are underway to invest in wildfire prevention, such as controlled burns and improved forest management. These strategies aim to reduce the fuel available for wildfires, potentially mitigating their severity. However, these solutions are long-term and require significant funding and coordination to implement effectively. For homeowners, the situation feels increasingly untenable. Many are taking matters into their own hands, investing in fireproofing measures like clearing vegetation, installing fire-resistant materials, and upgrading to ember-proof vents. These steps, while helpful, come with their own cost, adding to the financial strain. Advocacy for stronger building codes and better land use planning is also growing, as residents push for systemic changes to reduce future risks. Ultimately, the wildfire crisis in California is a stark reminder of the broader challenges posed by climate change. As extreme weather events become more frequent and severe, the financial systems designed to protect us are being tested like never before. Insurance, a cornerstone of economic stability, is at a tipping point. For many, the question is no longer just about affordability, but about the very availability of coverage. Without significant intervention and innovation, the situation will continue to deteriorate, leaving more families vulnerable to both natural and financial disasters. As we look to the future, collaboration will be key. Policymakers, insurers, and residents must work together to create a more resilient system. This includes investing in prevention, rethinking risk assessment, and exploring new models of insurance that balance affordability with sustainability. For now, however, homeowners are left navigating a landscape reshaped by fire, where the cost of protection are rising as quickly as the flames themselves. The choices made today will determine whether California's communities can withstand this crisis, or whether they'll be consumed by its financial fallout. The broader implications of California's wildfire crisis extend to national and even global perspectives. As one of the world's largest economies, the financial ripples from these disasters are felt far beyond state borders. Reinsurance markets, the insurers of insurance companies, are being heavily impacted, leading to higher costs that trickle down to consumers worldwide. Additionally, the unpredictability of wildfires has caused underwriters to reevaluate risk modeling. influencing how insurance policies are priced and structured globally. If California's insurance market collapses under the strain, it could set a dangerous precedent for other regions facing climate-related disasters, such as hurricanes in the Gulf Coast or flooding in the Midwest. Meanwhile, the human toll of these fires cannot be overstated. Families who lose their homes often face years of recovery, battling not only the trauma of displacement but also bureaucratic hurdles to access insurance payouts. In many cases, survivors find that their policies fall short of covering the full cost of rebuilding, leaving them with insurmountable debts. This gap between coverage and actual needs highlights the urgent necessity for policy reform, including clearer communication from insurers about what is and isn't covered. Communities are also stepping up to address the crisis. Local governments and nonprofits are launching initiatives to educate residents about fire safety and preparedness. Grassroots movements are advocating for improved infrastructure, such as underground power lines to prevent electrical fires, and expanded access to water resources for firefighting. These efforts, while commendable, require substantial funding and coordination to scale effectively. Technology is playing an increasingly important role in combating the wildfire and insurance crisis. Innovations such as AI-driven risk assessment tools, satellite-based fire detection systems, and drones for real-time monitoring are providing new ways to predict and mitigate fire damage. For insurers, these technologies offer the potential to more accurately price risk, potentially reducing premiums for homeowners who adopt fire-resistant measures. However, widespread adoption of these technologies remains a challenge due to costs and logistical barriers. The psychological impact of living under constant threat of wildfires is another critical aspect of this crisis. Residents in high-risk areas report heightened levels of stress and anxiety, exacerbated by the financial strain of rising insurance costs. Mental health professionals and community organizations are stepping in to provide support, but the demand often outpaces available resources. This underscores the need for a holistic approach to disaster management that addresses both physical and emotional recovery. In the long term, addressing California's wildfire crisis will require a paradigm shift in how we think about risk and resilience. This includes reimagining land use to discourage development in fire-prone areas, adopting sustainable practices to mitigate climate change, and fostering a culture of preparedness at every level of society. Insurance will remain a critical piece of this puzzle, but it must evolve to meet the challenges of a changing world. For now, the question remains, can California's communities rise from the ashes stronger and more united? Or will the financial and emotional toll of these fires prove too great to bear? Thank you so much for watching my video. Your support means the world to me, and I'm thrilled to have you here. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your likes, comments, and shares help the channel grow, and I'd love to have you as part of this journey. Stay tuned for more exciting videos coming soon.